Hello everyone, welcome to LM Online classes. I am your Wali Sahib. In this video, we are going to discuss about glycolysis. Here, the term glycolysis was originated from the Greek word. In Greek languages, glykos means sugars and lysis means splitting. So here, literally glycolysis means splitting sugars. Then, the term glycolysis was coined by the scientist Lepin. The term glycolysis was coined by the scientist Lepin. And then who was discovered the glycolysis pathway? So here the glycolysis pathway was discovered by the scientist Gustav Emden and Otto Meyerhoff and then J. Parnas. Here the glycolysis pathway was discovered by the scientists Gustav Emden, Otto Meyerhoff, J. Parnas in the year of 1930. In the year of 1930. Hence, the glycolysis pathway is also known as here EMP pathway. EMP pathway on the basis of their names Emden, Meyerhoff, Parnas. So here the glycolysis pathway is also known as here EMP pathway. So here it was first discovered by the scientists Gustav Emden, Otto Meyerhoff, J. Parnas in the year of 1930. So here this glycolysis pathway is also known as here EMP pathway. Then where it is occurs in the cells. So here the glycolysis pathway which is majorly occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell. Cytoplasm of the cell. So here in all the cells, here the glycolysis pathway is occurs in the cytoplasm. So here the cytoplasm is a major site for the glycolysis pathway. And then the glycolysis pathway which is occurs in all type of cells. So here which is occurs in all type of cells. Thus the glycolysis pathway is also known as here universal pathway. Universal pathway which is also known as here universal pathway because of it is present in all type of cells, either prokaryotes or eukaryotic cells. So here thus the glycolysis process which is also known as here universal pathway. And then the glycolysis pathway is common pathway. The glycolysis pathway is common pathway in both aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. The glycolysis pathway is common pathway in the both aerobic and anaerobic respiration process. So here it is present in both a respiration process like aerobic and anaerobic respiration process. And then what will happen during the glycolysis process? So here during the glycolysis process, here glucose molecule which is partially break down into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Two molecules of pyruvic acid. So here during the glycolysis pathway, here the glucose molecules are break down into two molecules of pyruvic acid. So here the pyruvic acid is a key product of glycolysis. The pyruvic acid is a key product of glycolysis. So here there are 10 reactions which are occurs in the glycolysis. These 10 reactions catalyzed by 10 different kinds of enzymes. 10 different kinds of enzymes. So here the pathway which is occurs in the cytosol, particularly it is a linear pathway. Linear pathway. the pathway which is occurs in the cytoplasm, that is here linearly occurs. So here the glycolysis pathway is also a linear pathway. And then the glycolysis pathway can broadly classified or divided into two stages. They are stage 1 and stage 2. So here the glycolysis pathway is divided into two stages. They are stage 1 and stage 2. So here the stage 1 is also known as here energy consuming phase. Energy consuming phase or energy investment phase. Energy investment phase or preparatory phase. Preparatory phase. So here what will happen during the stage 1 of glycolysis, or during the energy consuming phase, or during the energy investment phase, or the preparatory phase? Here the glucose molecule is converted into two molecules of trioses. Two molecules of trioses. They are glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. So here these are the two triose sugars which are produced during the preparatory phase of glycolysis. So during the preparatory phase, energy is investment or energy is consumed for the conversion of glucose into the two molecules of trioses. And then the second stage of the glycolysis, which is also known as here energy producing phase. Energy producing phase. It is not energy consuming phase. Here energy is produced in this stage, or it is also known as here energy payoff phase. Payoff phase. Energy payoff phase. So here there is no any utilization of energy during the energy producing phase or stage 2. So here when does it occurs in the glycolysis? So here during the stage 2, here two molecules of trioses further converted into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Two molecules of pyruvic acid. So here further conversion of trioses into the pyruvic acid, here energy is not required. So here this kind of stage is referred to as here energy payoff phase. And instead of energy utilization, here energy is produced. So here there are two different kinds of stages which are occurs in the glycolysis. They are stage 1 and stage 2. So here stage 1 is energy consuming phase or energy investment phase or preparatory phase. What will happen during the preparatory phase? During the preparatory phase, here the glucose molecule is converted into the two molecules of trioses. So here further conversion of glucose into the triose molecules, here energy is required in the form of ATP. And then the second stage of the glycolysis is here energy producing phase or energy payoff phase. So what will happen during this phase? During this phase, here conversion of two triose molecules into the two molecules of pyruvic acid. So here energy is not required for the conversion of triose into the pyruvic acid. Here energy is produced. Thus this stage is also known as here energy producing phase. Energy producing phase. And then in the glycolysis pathway, there are 10 reactions and catalyzed by 10 enzymes. If we observe the 10 reactions in the glycolysis, there are 3 irreversible reactions. 3 irreversible reactions in the glycolysis at particularly the first step, third step and 10th step. So here these are the 3 irreversible reactions in the glycolysis. I will show later in the diagrammatic representation. And then there are two SLP steps, substrate level phosphorylation reactions, at particularly the 7th step and 10th step. 7th step and 10th step. So here the energy which is required or consuming in the glycolysis process at particularly the first step and the third step. First and third steps of glycolysis are energy consuming reactions or energy consuming steps. So here this is about the brief introduction of glycolysis. And coming to reactions of glycolysis. Here coming to reactions of glycolysis. So here there are 10 reactions occurs in the glycolysis. In the first reaction of the glycolysis, here the glucose molecule is phosphorylated into glucose 6 phosphate. So here the glucose molecule which is reacted with ATP and further converted into glucose 6 phosphate and releases ADP molecule. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme hexokinase. So here further catalytic activity of hexokinase. Here the inorganic cofactor is required, that is here magnesium ion. So here the magnesium ion is an inorganic cofactor which is required for the catalytic activity of hexokinase or glucokinase. So here this is the first step of glycolysis. So here in the glycolysis process, here the glucose molecule is phosphorylated into glucose 6 phosphate. So here one phosphate group of ATP added to the 6th carbon atom of glucose molecule. Further it converted into the glucose 6 phosphate. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme hexokinase or glucokinase. So here this reaction name is phosphorylation. So here this reaction name is phosphorylation. And then the second step of the glycolysis is here isomerization. Because of here the glucose 6 phosphate is isomerized into fructose 6 phosphate. The glucose 6 phosphate is isomerized into the fructose 6 phosphate. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme here phosphohexose isomerase. So here in this reaction the glucose 6 phosphate is converted into or isomerized into fructose 6 phosphate. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme phosphohexose isomerase. So here the second reaction of the glycolysis is here isomerization. And then coming to third step of the glycolysis, that is here again phosphorylation. The fructose 6 phosphate which is reacted with ATP and further it converted into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. So here the addition of phosphate group to the fructose 6 phosphate at particularly first carbon atom of the fructose 6 phosphate. So here the fructose 6 phosphate is phosphorylated into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate and releases ADP. and releases ADP. So here this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme here phosphofructokinase. Phosphofructokinase. We can simply represent as here PGK. Sorry, PFK. Phosphofructokinase. So here the third step of the glycolysis is also again the phosphorylation reaction, because of here the 1-phosphate group of ATP attached to the first carbon atom of the fructose 6-phosphate, further it converted into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. So here the ADP molecules are released. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme here phosphofructokinase. For the catalytic activity of phosphofructokinase, here magnesium ions are also required as here inorganic cofactors. So here the magnesium ion is an inorganic cofactor which is also required for the catalytic activity of phosphofructokinase. So here the third step of the glycolysis is here again phosphorylation. Phosphorylation. And then the fourth step of the glycolysis is here cleavage step. Cleavage step. Because of here the 6-carbon compound fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is cleaved into 3 carbon compounds of trioses. They are dihydroxyacetone phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Both are the 3 carbon containing sugars, trioses, which are produced from the fructose 1,6-bisphosphate by the cleavage. So here this reaction of the glycolysis catalyzed by the enzyme here aldolase. Aldolase. So here the fourth step of the glycolysis is cleavage. So here the 6-carbon compound fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is cleaved into 2 molecules of trioses which consist the 3 carbon atoms. So here dihydroxyacetone phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Both are 3 carbon containing trioses. And then this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme here aldolase. So here the reaction name is here cleavage. And then the fifth step of the glycolysis is here isomerization, because of the 2 molecules of dihydroxyacetone phosphate or glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Both are isomerized in reversible reaction. Isomerized in a reversible reaction here. The second step of the glycolysis is also here the reversible reaction. And then here the fourth step is also here the irreversible. So here in the fifth step of the glycolysis, the dihydroxyacetone phosphate is converted into the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Again the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is converted into the dihydroxyacetone phosphate. So here this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme here triose phosphate isomerase. Triose phosphate isomerase. We can simply represent as here TPI, triose phosphate isomerase. And then the net gain of or net of the fourth and fifth reactions, here the 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates are produced. So here these two molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates further involved in the oxidation step. That is a 6th step of the glycolysis. So here in the 6th step of the glycolysis, here 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate further converted into 2 molecules of 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. Because of here the inorganic phosphate is attached to the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, which is obtained from the cytosol. So here the inorganic phosphate which is attached to the first carbon atom of the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Further it converted into the 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. 1,3. So here there are two phosphate groups which are present in the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. First and third carbon atom. In this reaction, there are two NADH2 molecules are also produced from the 2 NAD+. So here the two molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates further releases hydrogen ions which are accepted by the 2 NAD+. Further NAD+ is converted into NADH2. So here this is the sixth step of the glycolysis. In this process, here two molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate converted into two molecules of 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. This is the oxidation step of glycolysis. So this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme here. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme, the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. So here this reaction name is here oxidation step. And then seventh step of glycolysis. Here the two molecules of 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid is dephosphorylated into two molecules of 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So here the removing of phosphate group from the 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. Further it converted into the 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So here the ATP molecules are produced in this reaction. So here there are two ATP molecules are produced in this reaction. So here the released phosphate groups are accepted by the ADP and further it converted into ATP. So here the two molecules of 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid dephosphorylated into two molecules of 3-phosphoglyceric acid. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme phosphoglycerokinase. We can simply represent as here PGK, phosphoglycerokinase. This reaction name is here the dephosphorylation reaction. Dephosphorylation. D means removal. Removing of the phosphate group from the 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid and further it converted into 3-phosphoglyceric acid and releases ATP molecule. So here the energy is produced in this phase or in this stage. So here this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme phosphoglycerokinase. And then here the 3-phosphoglyceric acid is further converted into two molecules of 2-phosphoglyceric acid. So here the eighth reaction of the glycolysis is the intra-convert phase or intramolecular phase. Because of here the phosphate group which is present at the third carbon atom, it is shifted from the third carbon atom to the second carbon atom. So here the 3-phosphoglyceric acid is further converted into 2-phosphoglyceric acid. Intramolecular shift. Intra means inside. So here the phosphate group which is present at the third carbon atom of the phosphoglyceric acid shifted from third carbon atom to the second carbon atom. It further converted into 2-PGA. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme phosphoglyceromutase. This reaction name is here intramolecular shift or convert phase or isomerization reaction. So here the 3-phosphoglyceric acid is converted into 2-phosphoglyceric acid. Here simply the shifting a phosphate group from the third carbon atom to the second carbon atom. So this kind of reaction, which is catalyzed by the enzyme here, phosphoglyceromutase. And then this reaction name is intramolecular shift or convert phase, or it is also known as here isomerization reaction. And then the ninth step of the glycolysis, that is dehydration. Dehydration. So here the 2-phosphoglyceric acid is further converted into 2 molecules of phosphoenol pyruvic acid by removing the water molecules. So here there are 2 molecules of water released from the 2 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid, and further it converted into 2 molecules of phosphoenol pyruvate. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme here, the enolase. The reaction name is here dehydration. Dehydration. D means removal, hydration, removing of water from the 2 molecules of 2-phosphoglyceric acid, and further it converted into 2 molecules of phosphoenol pyruvate. This reaction is dehydration and catalyzed by the enzyme enolase. And then the last step of the glycolysis is here the dephosphorylation reaction. In this reaction, here 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. The 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid, which is further converted into here, 2 molecules of phosphoenol pyruvate converted into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. During the conversion of phosphoenol pyruvate into the pyruvic acid, here ATP molecules are produced. Because of here, the phosphate groups which are present in the phosphoenol pyruvate released and accepted by ATP molecule. So here the 2 molecules of ATP molecules are produced in this reaction. So this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme here pyruvate kinase. And the reaction name is here dephosphorylation. So here the 10th step of the glycolysis is here the dephosphorylation and removing a phosphate group from the phosphoenol pyruvate, and further converted into the 2 molecules of pyruvic acid and releases 2 molecules of ATP. And this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme pyruvate kinase. Further catalytic activity of pyruvate kinase, here magnesium ions which are required as cofactors, and potassium ions. Magnesium and potassium ions both are also required for the catalytic activity of pyruvate kinase, and the magnesium ions here also required for the catalytic activity of phosphoglycerokinase. So here these are the 10 reactions and 10 enzymes. So here the first step of the glycolysis is phosphorylation, in which glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate and 1 ATP molecule is utilized in this reaction. And second step is isomerization. In this process, glucose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 6-phosphate, and the fructose 6-phosphate is further again phosphorylated and converted into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate in the phosphorylation reaction. And then the fourth step is cleavage. In this reaction, here aldolase can cleave the fructose 6-bisphosphate into the dihydroxyacetone phosphate and 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So here both are isomerized. So here the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is converted into dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Again dihydroxyacetone phosphate is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates. So here from the 4th and 5th reactions, here net of the 2 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates are further converted into 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid by the oxidation step. So here in the 6th step of the glycolysis, here inorganic phosphate is attached to the first carbon atom of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Further it converted into 2 molecules of 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid. And then 7th step is dephosphorylation. In this 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid is converted into 3-phosphoglyceric acid, and then the two molecules of 3-phosphoglyceric acid isomerized into two molecules of phosphoglyceric acid, 2-phosphoglyceric, and then 2-PEP and 2-pyruvic acid. So here this is about the glycolysis pathway. So here there are three irreversible reactions in the glycolysis. They are first step, third step, and the 10th step. These are irreversible reactions. Irreversible reactions. First step, third step, and the 10th step. These are irreversible reactions. And remaining steps of glycolysis are reversible reactions. And then there are two SLP steps. They are 7th step and 10th step. So here in these two steps directly ATP molecules are produced on the basis of here substrate molecule. So here the 7th step and 10th step of the glycolysis considered as here substrate level phosphorylation reactions. Substrate level phosphorylation reactions. There are two SLP steps in the glycolysis. And then there is no decarboxylation. There is no decarboxylation. There is no removing of the carbon dioxide from the any substrate molecule during the glycolysis process. So here no decarboxylation. And then the energy consuming phases. So here there are two ATP molecules are consumed in the glycolysis process at particularly first and third step. So here these are the two steps which are considered as energy consuming steps. Energy consuming steps. So here the total net gain of ATPs in the glycolysis is 6 ATP molecules. The total net gain of ATP is net gain in the glycolysis or here 6 ATP. Out of 6 here 4 ATP molecules are produced from the two molecules of NADH2. NADH2. Each NADH2 can produce 2 ATP molecules. So here the 4 ATP molecules which are produced from the NADH2 molecules, and remaining 2 ATP molecules which are directly produced in the glycolysis process, and 2 ATP molecules which are also produced in the 10th step and utilized for the first and third step. So there are only 6 ATP molecules are net gain. 6 ATP molecules are net gain in the glycolysis pathway. And then here the regulation of glycolysis. So here the first enzyme and third enzyme and the 10th enzyme. First enzyme, third enzyme and the 10th enzyme. These three enzymes which are involved in the regulation of glycolysis process. So they can inhibit the reactions of glycolysis. Glucokinase or hexokinase, phosphofructokinase and pyruvate kinase. These three different kinds of enzymes which are also involved in the regulation of glycolysis. So here all these enzymes which are also known as here allosteric enzymes. Allosteric enzymes. Phosphofructokinase, pyruvate kinase and hexokinase. These are three main basic regulatory enzymes in the glycolysis process. So here this is about the glycolysis pathway. And feta-pyruvic acid which is based on the availability of oxygen and need of pyruvic acid or need of energy. We will later discuss about the fate of pyruvic acid, which is either involved in the fermentation process or anaerobic respiration and involved in the aerobic respiration process. So here these are the 10 different kinds of steps catalyzed by 10 different types of enzymes. This is about glycolysis.